This week on Premier Preps, it's the final week of the school year, and we've got NorCal championship highlights for baseball and softball. Opening round action between Roseville and California High of San Ramon. An epic softball matchup in D1, Oak Ridge and Whitney, with the winner of that game taking on another SFL opponent in Del Oro in the final. You are watching the season finale of Premier Preps. Welcome to another episode of Premier Preps. I'm your host, Nick Pecoraro. Thank you, as always, for hanging out on your Sunday. And folks, we have hit the season finale for the 24-25 school year. 42 episodes in the books to wrap up our first full year of Premier Preps. And I just want to take a minute to thank you all for helping me grow this platform throughout the year. Your likes, your subscribes, your follows, your tuning in every week, and your words of encouragement throughout the fall, winter, and spring has been the biggest reason for what we were able to accomplish this year. And we hope that we can continue to give high school sports in Sacramento the coverage it deserves. Well, this week was the final week for baseball and softball, and we closed out in style with the NorCal Regional Championship brackets. The Sac Joaquin section was well represented, and one of a handful of local teams to draw a top seed, the Roseville Tigers, who pounced on their first section crown in a decade a couple weeks ago. They earned the top seed in the D4 bracket, where they would have a chance to host throughout the NorCal playoffs. Their first test, the California Grizzlies out of San Ramon, a team that came in riding the high of its first North Coast section championship in program history. The opening round of the D3 Baseball Regionals on Tuesday afternoon. The Division IV Sac Joaquin section champion Roseville Tigers are the top seed in the NorCal D3 bracket, hosting the California Grizzlies of San Ramon, fresh off of their first ever North Coast section title. Opening round action, top one out for center fielder Ethan Rye. The sophomore had a big hit in the NCS title game, and he picks up right where he left off with a one-out double. But you know who else picked up where they left off from the SJS final? Tyler Ritter, the Roseville ace, gets out of the early jam, and the Tigers come to bat. In the bottom half of the first, runners on first and second for Colton Wolf. A slow chopper to third, a tough play for the third baseman, Johnny Edwards. Wolf beats the throw, and Ben Jordan gets the green light to score from second. Tigers jump in front 1-0. Next batter is John Vicente, looking for an RBI knock, but Ethan Rye has other plans. A freaking laser beam from center field shoots down the runner at home. Nice tag from Jacob Cassiano. That keeps it a one-run game. Cassiano at the plate in the top of the fourth, but a wild pitch allows the tying run to come in. Logan Kellogg dives in safely, and we're all square at one apiece. Bottom four now, Roseville gets its big inning. Jaden Quick, that's going to score John Vicente, and the Tigers reclaim a 2-1 lead, but they were far from finished. Two batters later, two out, bases loaded for freshman Ben Jordan. This kid had an RBI knock in Roseville's section final, continuing to show he's not afraid of the big stage. A two-run double, and it's 4-1. The next batter, Jacob Welch, with a bullet out to left to drive in two more. Roseville leads 6-1 after four. But the Grizzlies aren't going away quietly. Top five, one out for Angelo Sherman. He gets both cheeks into that swing, an absolute nuke to left. Good thing for that tall fence, or there might be an angry homeowner out there. Sherman's first home run of the season. It's 6-3 heading to the bottom of the sixth, and Roseville continues to pour it on like ranch on my daughter's chicken tendies. Ben Jordan just playing out of his mind on Tuesday. The freshman goes 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and 3 ribbies. And Jacob Welch steps up. He had a nice game as well. This one will drop in for his second hit of the day. Welch also drove in 3 for the Tigers. It's 9-3 Roseville. California scratches one across in the 7th to make it 9-4. but Colton Wolf gets the final out to help Roseville advance to the regional semis.
The boys are hitting today. We just try not to underestimate anyone. We just try to play the game. I mean, we'll do anything to win, you know? Any way possible. We stay with the system.
Folks, it is ring season, so we're going to take a look at the Race for the Ring presented by Premier Championship Rings, your go-to source for custom bling designed to tell the story of your championship journey. Visit premiergradproducts.com and hit the Championship Rings page to see designs from past champions from right here in Northern California. My man Bob Sebring has been ringing teams up for more than 30 years at the high school, collegiate, and professional levels. And of course, if you just won a section, regional, or state championship, he's got you covered as well. So let's take a look at the final NorCal baseball brackets in the Race for the Ring presented by Premier Championship Rings. In Division 1, De La Salle was down 4-3 in the 7th, but rallied back to win 5-4 over Sarah to become the first program in state history with 3 regional titles. In Division 2, Yuba City walks off St. Francis of Mountain View. The 9-hitter Max Guth had an RBI single in the bottom of the 7th that gave the Honkers their first ever regional crown. The run from Roseville comes to an end in D3 at the hands of Rancho Cotate, a team that made the North Coast Section D2 final as a 15 seed. The Cougars come all the way back to win their first NorCal title. In Division 4, the Menlo School Knights of Atherton found redemption from last year's NorCal runner-up finish. They take down a scrappy Santa Clara team that won the CCS D5 title as an 8 seed. And in D5, the Etna Lions of the Northern Section used a 5-run first inning and never looked back to claim the D5 title from the Stevenson Pirates. Remember, the Race for the Ring is brought to you by Premier Championship Rings, the choice of champions. You know that feeling when you win it all? When you become a champion. Now you can celebrate like a champion with Premier Championship Rings. Bob Sebring has designed custom championship bling for more than 30 years and has been the trusted source for crafting priceless jewelry that tells the story of your team's championship journey. From football in the fall to baseball in the spring and everything in between, Premier Championship Rings has designed rings for dozens of local high school programs and even at the collegiate, pro, and youth levels as well. Whether it's a section, regional, or state title, Premier Championship Rings has you covered. So when your team wins the big game, you know what time it is. That's right, it's time to put a ring on it. Celebrate like a champion with Premier Championship Rings, the choice of champions. Time to take a look at our big picture baseball top 10 rankings presented by LENIE'S Pictures. This hardworking local family business has been around for more than a decade and always delivers on quality photos that capture priceless memories on and off the athletic fields. Be sure to visit LENIE'Spictures.com and order today. Let's take a look at our final big picture top 10 baseball rankings presented by LENIE'S Pictures. The Sierra Foothill League never disappoints, especially in the softball landscape, where the SFL sprinkled 4 teams among the 8 to reach the Division I NorCal bracket. And lo and behold, how about a semifinal matchup between Sac Joaquin Section Division I champion Oak Ridge and its Division II champ in Whitney? Doesn't get much better than that. A chance to play for the NorCal Championship on Saturday hung in the balance. It was Oak Ridge and Whitney on Thursday in El Dorado Hills. A Division I NorCal semifinal, the Sac Joaquin Section D2 champion Whitney visits SFL rival and the SJS D1 champ Oak Ridge for a chance to play in Saturday's NorCal final. And we start in the bottom of the first, 2 runners on for Gemma Almont. And the sophomore comes through with a huge 3-run shot. That's her second dinger of the postseason. And just like that, the Trojans lead 3-0. More on Almont in just a bit, but Whitney starter Taylor Cordell seemed to settle down a bit in the second. She gets some defensive help from Alyssa Peanut Flint at short, snagging the hot liner and, per usual, getting a little heel click from her girl Tylee Kitchen. Well, I told you there'd be more Gemma Almont highlights in this game. She was on one on Thursday. This time, she goes the opposite way for a 2-run double. 3 for 3 on the day, 5 RBIs, just a triple short of the cycle for Gemma Almont. Meanwhile, Ellison Schroeder cruising, and why not when you have Gold Glover Carly Short behind you? She'll take the double play herself. No hits allowed from Schroeder through 5. Bottom 5 we go. How about Allie Watson with a seeing eye single? That'll bring home Brooklyn Parator to extend the lead to 6-0. And then the next batter is Berkeley Lampy, the lone freshman in this mighty Trojan lineup. She comes through with an RBI knock. Gemma Almont scores, and Oak Ridge leads 7-0 after 5. Top 6, Ellison Schroeder has thrown 4 no-hitters this year, but Whitney's Rebecca Rouse says not this time. The throw goes to second, but both runners would have been safe either way, and the Wildcats are trying to take one last stab at a rally. But Schroeder, calm, cool, and collected, gets San Diego State-bound slugger Tylee Kitchen to fly out to end the threat. Bottom 7, Allie Watson takes care of the final out. A one-hitter from Schroeder, and Oak Ridge advances to its second straight NorCal final.
I think that we just knew the whole time that we had to keep pushing to hit our right spot, and I think right now we're kind of at our highest peak, and I just really appreciate the work we've put in every day.
Our seniors, we've had 4 years to kind of gain control of ourselves, establish our team, establish our expectations from our teammates, from each other. Our bond is it's so strong, and I think that plays a huge role in where we're at and where we're going.
Can't get enough high school sports in Sacramento? Well, Premier Preps has got you covered like no one else. You want game highlights? We got you. You want local insight? We got you. You want inspirational feature stories? We've got you. How about exclusive interviews with prominent players and coaches in the area? We got you. Scores, updates, top plays, and much, much more every Sunday at 5 o'clock during the high school season on YouTube. We look back at the week that was and keep you updated on who's got next. So follow along on social media and subscribe on YouTube to Premier Preps with me, Nick Pecoraro, because it's giving Sacramento high school sports the coverage it deserves. ERIK'S Deli Cafe brings you the team with character each week this spring, and guess what? You don't need to be chosen as the team with character each week to enjoy great deals from ERIK'S Deli Cafe. They've got sandwiches with character, soups made from ERIK'S family recipes, freshly made salads, and much more. Just order online from the Folsom and Roseville locations and enter the promo code FORVBOGO625 to get this month's buy one, get one deals for sandwiches, wraps, and salads, good throughout the month of June. This week's team with character is the Roseville Tigers baseball team. The Big Cats won their first Sac Joaquin Section championship in a decade a couple weeks back, and it earned them a 1 seed in the NorCal playoffs, where they elevated themselves to even newer heights, reaching the D3 NorCal championship game for the first time in program history. Congrats to Roseville Baseball. You are this week's ERIK'S Deli Cafe team with character.
304, complaining of dizziness, lightheadedness. We're going to send EMS on the way, but could you 4 on my way.
It's allowed our responders to get their hands on the next step of technologies that are facing EMS.
It saves you the time to ask the questions and really concentrate on treating the patient.
Well, we're just going to keep it with the D1 softball final. To close out the highlights, you just saw the Oak Ridge Trojans earn a return trip to the D1 championship game. And this time, they would face another familiar foe, the team that they beat in the Sac Joaquin Section D1 final, and the team that they've battled for pretty much the top spot in the state all year long, the Del Oro Golden Eagles. The Trojans took 2 of the previous 3 meetings this year, including that section title game. But the Golden Eagles just keep on soaring despite losing some key players to travel ball before the start of the NorCal playoffs. This was for all the marbles on the final day of the season. Oak Ridge and Del Oro, let's go! Okay, this is round 4 of Oak Ridge and Del Oro. They split their 2 SFL meetings. The Trojans won the section championship, and so Del Oro's coming in looking to end the season with a bang in the D1 regional final. And the Golden Eagles started with a bang in the top of the first. Leadoff hitter Kaylin Campos gets things going with a double, one of 3 doubles on the day for the freshman. And Del Oro loads the bases with nobody out for sophomore Avon Brower, who drops one into shallow center. That'll bring home Campos from third. And it's 1-0 Golden Eagles. But they're still loaded for Delaney Osborne, but Ellison Schroeder, Carmen Montez de Oca, and Brooklyn Parator get the 1-2-3 double play. But we're still not done in the top half of the inning. There's still 2 runners on for the next batter, Kate Brown. She's going to send them both home with a double, and Del Oro jumps in front 3-0 before touching the field defensively. And they weren't messing around when they put the gloves on either. Bottom 2, Gemma Almont looking to stretch a single into a double, but Kaylin Campos gives her a one-way ticket right back to the dugout. Del Oro's cooking on all cylinders. Top 4 we go, runner on second. Chloe Champus beats out a slow roller, and the speedy Kaylin Campos is going to score all the way from second on a grounder to first. But Oak Ridge breaks through in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on second is Brooklyn in the house. Brooklyn Parator drives home Arissa Jarrett, and the Trojans get on the board 4-1. Top 7, Del Oro adds some insurance in the most bizarre fashion. Chloe Champus with a runner on second. She's going to beat out the bunt, but the lead runner is caught in a rundown and thrown out at home. Champus tries to take second, but the throw goes into center. Champus is going to come all the way home for a Little League home run, and the Golden Eagles lead 5-1 going to the bottom of the 7th. But the Trojans aren't just going to lie down and die. First and third for Carmen Montez de Oca. The North Carolina State commit brings home Molly Rylee to make it 5-2. 2 out now for Emery Glazer. She's going to come through with an RBI knock, 5-3. And the tying run is at the plate for Gemma Almont, one of the Trojans' hottest hitters during these NorCal playoffs. But D.O. workhorse Michaela Finn gets the pop-up. Kate Brown puts it away, and you can't spell Division I without D.O. Del Oro is your D1 NorCal champion, finishing the season at a remarkable 31-2.
I mean, mentally, we all knew that we had to all do our jobs and do them well because there's obviously no one there to sub us in if we make a mistake. And I'm the only pitcher here, so I knew I needed to step up as a pitcher. And we all knew that, all of our positions, there's no one there to fill in our spot. And we just knew that commitment coming into it, we just wanted it so much. And we did our jobs best we can, and here we are. Bouncing back this year, nobody could have expected what Del Oro could have done this year, going to state, going to sections, and being league winners. It's crazy, and this year I think we proved ourselves to other teams that never count Del Oro out.
Let's take a look at the final NorCal playoff brackets in the race for the ring, presented by Premier Championship Rings. In Division I, you just saw Del Oro get some payback on Oak Ridge from that section finals loss. The Golden Eagles win the NorCal Chip with just 10 players on their roster. In Division II, the Salinas Cowgirls rode a 12-strikeout, 3-hitter from senior Abby Jones to defeat Liberty of Brentwood. Salinas was the Central Coast section's Open champ as well. Cardinal Newman's Callie Howard took a no-hitter into the 7th inning against Hillsdale, but the top-seeded Knights broke it up with a double and a walk-off single from Taylor O'Mahony to give Hillsdale the D3 title. In Division 4, Stevie Knight goes 4 for 4 and throws a shutout to lift East Nicholas to its first regional title. The Spartans were a NorCal runner-up a year ago. And in D5, the Biggs Wolverines won a Northern Section D6 title, and they follow through with a regional championship by beating King City, the CCS D5 champ, on Friday. Congratulations to all section, regional, and state champions on a tremendous season, and remember, if you just won a NorCal championship, you can get ringed up with Premier Championship rings, the choice of champions. Time for our big picture top 10 softball rankings presented by LENIE'S Pictures. Hey, did you know that when you visit LENIE'Spictures.com, you can use the promo code NP7 at checkout and get $7 photo downloads exclusively through Premier PREPS? I know it sounds too good to be true, but it's not. Take advantage of that special while you still can. Here are the final big picture top 10 softball rankings presented by LENIE'S Pictures.
LENI'S Pictures is your go-to site for priceless photos and memorabilia. This local family business has captured great action shots for a decade, but there's so much more to offer with a personalized touch for team and individual photos, game day galleries, banners, yard signs, festive mementos for senior nights, team banquets, or even just to cheer your kid on at their games, all 100% custom made by LENI'S Pictures, any student, any season, any occasion. So make those memories last forever and visit LENI'Spictures.com and use the promo code NP7 for $7 photo downloads exclusively through Premier PREPS. That's LENI'Spictures.com, your official photography sponsor for Premier PREPS.
It's time for our Infinite Performance Plays of the Week. And hey, this is also a friendly reminder that during the summer, we will once again be rolling out the Premier PREPS Plays of the Year bracket. 64 plays, all which you can vote for who you thought had the top overall play of the year. Make sure you're following Premier PREPS on Instagram. That's where you'll be able to vote on matchups daily throughout the summer. And lastly, of course, I want to send a huge shout out and thank you to Dr. Janae Young at Infinite Performance Physical Therapy for being my day one sponsor. Dr. Young has been a huge support to high school athletes as well as what we do here at Premier PREPS. Thank you, Dr. Young, for doing everything that you've done for us. We cannot do what we do without your support. So let's check out our final Infinite Performance Plays of the Week. Okay, great play on both ends here. Freshman shortstop Ben Jordan with the stab and a strike to Cash Fisher at first. The sophomore with a nice scoop. And by the way, that was his first time playing first base all season. And his first action is a nice dig for the first out of the 7th inning. Oak Ridge shortstop Carly Short making herself a regular on Plays of the Week. Don't even try to hit it up the middle against Oak Ridge or against North Carolina State for the next few years for that matter. Carly Short, all-world shortstop. More double plays from Oak Ridge, this time from the NorCal final. Ellison Schroeder to Carmen Montes de Oca to Brooklyn Parator for the 1-2-3 DP. Great season for the Trojans. Also from the Division I NorCal softball final, Del Oro center fielder Kaylin Campos had a huge day at the plate with 3 doubles. But this is what gets you on Plays of the Week. Shooting down the runner trying to stretch a single to a double. Sun's out, guns out for Kaylin Campos. And if you like that play, you'll love this one. Got to give the out-of-towners some love. California High center fielder Ethan Rye comes up throwing, and he gives everyone free tickets to the gun show. I'm digging these Cal Grizzlies jerseys too. Very much giving 70s San Francisco Giants vibes. And that is your Infinite Performance Play of the Week.
What's up, Infinite family? We have something new for you guys for 2025. We finally teamed up with My PT Hub and created the ultimate all-inclusive Infinite app. Within the app, you'll be able to purchase memberships, book and cancel sessions, and purchase online go-at-your-own-pace programs. Something new we're adding this year is becoming an Infinite virtual athlete, where you have custom programs built for you with video demonstrations to ensure you are doing the exercises properly. I'm super excited for this new addition and being able to create Infinite built athletes no matter where you are in the world.
Well, that does it for Premier Preps for the 24-25 school year. That's right, it's our season finale, and we have so many people to thank. First, to my subscribers, followers, general audience, you all helped me grow this platform this year. You are the heartbeat of Premier Preps. To my sponsors, LENIE'S Pictures, Infinite Performance Physical Therapy, iPCR, ERIK'S DeliCafe, Premier Championship Rings, HB Towing, and the Rylee Grace Foundation. Your support truly means everything. And thank you to Foothill 7 TV on Comcast Channel 7 for bringing Premier Preps into your rotation each week and allowing us to expand our audience. Thank you to all the players, coaches, ADs, parents, and all others for allowing me to showcase all of the incredible talent and stories that we have right here in our community. And of course, I need to thank my beautiful wife, Becky, and my amazing kids, Luke and Olivia, for hanging with me throughout this year. I know it was a long one. I was gone a lot covering these games, but I'm so happy that I always get to come home to you three. I love you all very much. And that's it for me. I'm Nick Pecoraro. This has been Premier Preps, where we give high school sports in Sacramento the coverage it deserves. We hope to see you again next year. Until then, have a great summer